Okay, we got one sound. It's because this thing's in. 1 second. Properties. Talk, Tommy.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Okay.
We good?
Hello, everybody. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Everything's going wrong today. But we are now. We are now here. The time is going. It was a bit of a shocker. Not going to lie to you, but we're here.
We're doing our best.
It was very much a last-minute thing with We were just mentioning that Katie was supposed to be the one taking place for Tommy today because Tommy's at Silverstone Classic. That's definitely not his office. He hasn't installed lockers.
Lots of lockers, to get the images.
So sorry, everybody, for that. But we are here. Don't worry. It's only Q1. Doesn't really matter. 14 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Tommy's a little bit behind because he's at Silverstone Classic. So he's going to kind of be more of a... just reviewing the instance, right? Oh, someone set a flare off.
Yeah, I'm going to be, like on Internet Explorer because I'm watching it on my phone on Sky Go because instead I've got a video in front of me talking about breakfast rolls.
What? That's...
there's no track action because it's raining. That's why.
Why are they not plonking on the F1 for you, Tommy?
Oh, no. Do you think the founder and everything?
I know. You should have made. You just click your fingers, mate, and they'll get sorted. Anyway, welcome to the qualifying watch along. As I say, apologies for the slight delay in coming to you, but we are here now for the main chunk of it all. Not much has actually happened. Only 4 times have been set at the moment. Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Tsunoda, and Mazepin. Tommy, you've gone for a cheeky Hamilton pole with Verstappen down in P3. Is that to try and basically make your predictions come true from the podcast?
No, I just genuinely think Mercedes are looking really good. I love how that we've all gone for a Hambot Ver in different formats.
Yeah.
Perez is not looking too handy this weekend, but you never know, he might pull it out the bag when it matters.
Yeah, he's had a tough practice so far, has Sergio. Just so we know, Tommy, where are you in qualifying? What's the old time left?
Raikkonen is just about to
what's the time?
14 minutes 10.
Okay, you're a minute and a half behind.
Okay,
not 4 minutes, so it's okay. We will ruin qualifying for you slightly because everybody
I'm basically a lap behind.
Yeah, everybody in chat, as we've known from the first season of the qualifying watch along, love to have it in time, and they're like, "Oh my god, the delay!" So we're still bringing it to you.
Yeah,
and
hopefully, the best we can do.
Hopefully, you're happy with it all. See the chat, Matt says Aditya. What do you mean? What am I missing? Not sure. Hello, TDN Paul. Welcome.
Everyone complaining we wrote off Lando again, I think.
Yeah, I actually don't know why. I predicted in the podcast.
Maybe it's a jinx. I feel like every time we don't put him in, he normally
has a great quality.
Gets pole almost, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of, because obviously we did our predictions before FP3 and McLaren looked a little bit average in the first couple of sessions, but that's mainly what McLaren have done. They don't really tend to go for many quick runs, so it's quite difficult to tell their pace. But right now, Bottas is on a flying lap, as is Hamilton, as is Mr. Lando Norris. Hamilton fastest in that first sector. Nico Rosberg in the commentary box, Tommy, this weekend, which is quite exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting. I'd love to be able to hear him.
Yeah, can you not hear any commentary?
No, I've got commentary for a 1970s
Do you not have any headphones to plug into
race.
your... I've got double headphones going.
Oh,
so,
I should have done that, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
I haven't bought as headphones because I didn't expect to be doing this. But
look, here we are. Fun anyway.
Exactly.
Rosberg going full play-by-play commentary. Absolutely loving it. Bottas goes fastest with a 1:16.6. Verstappen is 2/10 up in the first sector already on Valtteri Bottas. But that Red Bull has been very quick in the first sector from what we saw in free practice. And then the middle and last is where the Mercedes comes into it. Hamilton goes fastest, just under 0.2 of a second quicker than Valtteri. Where does Lando slot in all of this? 0.6 back in P3. That'll do. That'll see him nicely through Q1, you'd imagine. As the next fastest time is Raikkonen, 1.5 seconds back. Verstappen still up through the middle sector and purple again. So, Tommy, I know it's only Q1, but we're slowly getting towards the business end of the weekend, and the Red Bull's still looking good.
Yeah, surprised at how quick Mercedes were around here. Obviously, if you watched our podcast, you know that we were all like, "This is
Tommy.
Monaco."
Max goes fastest by 0.2 of a second.
Nice. Well, I've not even had Bottas say that, so,
but it's fine. It's basically like you're listening to a radio for the first minute and a half.
Yeah. I'm watching the quali watch along for your commentary, basically.
No.
And I'm just.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, absolutely love it. Actually, what you need to do, because we love to do it in the qualifying watch along with your amazing expressions. You know, the big old O face. So if you could do that about the time that I'm getting pretty crazy in what's happening in Q3.
I have no idea what's happening. I'll just be going, and then afterwards you'll tell me, oh, it was just a boring handbot there and nothing happened. And I'll be like, okay, cool.
Oh, Sophie's in the chat. She's not here at my house today. She's gone home. But glad you're tuning in, Soph. Hope you had a good trip home. She'll be back tomorrow, which would be nice. But no reason, no, don't really know why she's tuning into the watch along of all places. But thanks for the support.
She's just missed
anyway.
You.
I know she's had too much.
Missing you already.
Vettel 0.3 down in the first sector. Aston Martin looking average this weekend, you'd have to say. But Vettel has kind of taken all the headlines this weekend, Tommy, for some wholesome things going on. You know, picking litter up at Silverstone a few weeks ago, then coming into this week, he had that amazing moment with the proposal, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Got a couple of met a couple of fans at the airport. They gave him a note saying we're proposing, and he turned up. And I'm sure you've seen the video on our Insta and mentioned it in the podcast, but that just made their entire lives. You can imagine an emotional moment for you anyway, and then your favourite driver turns up just to make it even more of a special moment.
Yeah, it was really nice to see, and yeah, it's awesome. You know, he was talking as well about was it his first? I don't know if you saw this interview or not, where he was driving to, I think, Aston Martin for the first time, and he noticed on like the motorways and driving to the factory the amount of litter that was around, and that was one of the first times I think it kind of sparked how bad the situation was and things, and it's kind of spiraled from there, which is, you know, it's crazy to think that Vettel's, you know, going up and down the motorway on, you know, the M40 that I'm very familiar with, and, you know, thinking about the situation of litter and things in this country, but, you know, fair play to him. He's
even less enthused about this country that Sebastian Vettel comes over and he's like, oh my word, why is there so much litter?
So much rubbish. Anyway, 7 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this session. Verstappen is still fastest from Hamilton, Bottas, Gasly up to P4, 0.6 back. Then it's Lando Norris. Leclerc goes up to P6. We were very hopeful of Ferrari's chances this weekend. Doesn't seem to be as good as maybe we thought, although Sainz slots in 0.4 back in P4. That's a very nice lap on the soft tyres. Then you've got Alonso P8, Sergio Perez in 9th, 1 second back from Max's time in Q1, which is very concerning to say the least. I wish I hadn't put in P5 now, but I thought maybe I think he had 2 runs on the soft tyres in FP3, and he was a second back from oh my God, what it managed. Sainz getting very tight to the apex there on turn 1. That could be some kind of impeding penalty there. That was an AlphaTauri, I think, going past. You'll see that in a minute, Tommy, and you can let us know what you think about it. But for me, that was very touch and go and a little bit awkward. Sainz should have known that someone was coming down towards turn 1, either through his mirrors, or maybe not his mirrors, but at least his engineer letting him know, and he should have slowed down a bit more coming up the pits, I think. Yeah,
traffic is a nightmare on this track, isn't it? Especially in a session like this where you've got 20 cars or 19. I do have an update on Mick Schumacher because I don't have the commentary. Is he going out or not? Or is his session done? I'm not sure.
Not sure either. He's got no time at the moment, 6 minutes to go. It's not really worth rushing a car either, is it?
For the record, and if people don't know, in FP3.
Yeah.
Had
a 30G crash,
car,
which is pretty heavy.
30G was it? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was that bad.
Right, Perez is on another flying lap now. 10th and a half down on Max already through the first sector, but better than what he's managed previously. Just needs to have a solid lap to get himself in the mix of the top 5 in Q1, kind of build the confidence and then go from there. But it's been a difficult weekend for Sergio so far. Just hasn't been able to get the car under him. Sainz has done a very nice lap, as I said, in P4. He's kind of want to be aiming for that, if anything. Where is he through the middle sector? He's 0.6 down. 6.5 tenths down on Max through the middle sector. That is
that Ferrari hype.
concerning.
Oh dear, we all hyped Ferrari up. This is the Monaco without walls, we said. And
yeah, but it is.
We know nothing.
Yeah, we. I mean, the track temperature is redonkulous, I think, around there. I heard it was like in the 60s. So Perez doesn't even improve his position, stays 9th. Still a second back to Max.
This is
alarm bells.
Albon-esque from...
And some, to be honest.
And some more, yeah. Just when you thought Perez was going to really step it up, having the win in Baku, you thought, right, this is the confidence boost. He's fine. And then had probably the worst weekend. Even more so. Yeah, not good.
So right now, in the bottom 5, we have Tsunoda, Russell, Latifi, Mazepin and Schumacher. So Russell hasn't even been able to sort of flirt the edges of getting into Q2. Karun Chandok predicted Russell getting into Q3 this weekend, which was a very out there prediction. But right now, Russell with P17, which... well, if he gets through to Q2, there's obviously an opportunity there because I think a lot of the teams are going to try the mediums again, just like we saw in a few other Grand Prix this year, where they would genuinely rather start 11th with fresh set of tyres than 9th on the softs. So I think we'll see quite a few medium runs, which could be interesting. We're in a bit of a lull at the moment in this session. Taking a look at Yuki Tsunoda, who's currently 16th, Tommy.
Yeah, we didn't get that last week, of course, with the whole sprint format, but we will, get to see those gambles again, won't we? And Tsunoda not having the best weekend, especially when Gasly's really looking very strong.
Indeed. Gasly up in P5, Tsunoda 1.3 seconds back in 16th as George comes out the pits. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Chat, let us know. Who do you think is going to be the shock exit of Q1? Fire it in the chat and I'll be interested to see if you think it will be the likes of a Tsunoda. Will it be one of the Alfa Romeos? Vettel's down in 13th. So's Danny Rick in 12th, 1.4 seconds back. Let us know.
I would be amazed if it's not the current... Well, I say that, actually. Russell... I guess we're actually at that stage now where Russell going out in Q1 is a shock because he hasn't... He's managed Q2 every race this season and a Q3.
I know, on mediums as well.
Which is crazy to think that it would be a shock. We're actually at that stage.
Sorry, Tommy, would you be able to pop a little tweet out letting people know that we're live as well? That would be
sure,
lovely. And then maybe Instagram as well if you're able to pop something up on there. But a lot of people saying Danny Rick potentially. A few people saying Russell. One saying Vettel. A lot of people thinking that Danny Rick might drop out here, which he was quite confident coming into this weekend. He likes this place, but still not able to match Lando Norris currently, which is not a phrase I did not think I'd be saying. Is it round 11 now? Is it round 11? Round 12? It's around there. Somewhere around there. It's
don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. I'm not going to touch anything in case I break the whole stream. So I'll have a look at the schedule. I'm sure the chat will come flying in before I've managed to answer it.
11.
2, 3,
11.
4, 5.
It's round 11.
11. Lovely.
Yeah.
Round 11.
So
Matt will be out in Q1, says Lucky. I think I will be too. You ask for a shocker and Rick would be it. Not that it's likely, says Cypher. Right, George Russell, 1 minute and 12 seconds to go, and he starts his final flying lap. George needs to get through to Q2, really, otherwise he's going to be very disappointed. He's maybe a couple of tenths back on what he needs to at least step into the top 15.
Yeah, they're not looking too great, are they?
No. I mean, if George doesn't get through to Q2, it'll be his worst, as you say, qualifying this year. What's it going to be through the first sector? He's a tenth and a half down on Giovinazzi in the first sector.
Oh, dear,
Williams
George.
is not hooked up.
No, not at all.
Very interesting. Ricciardo's 4 tenths down in the first sector. That's going to... Well, if we have maybe Tsunoda and a few other people improving, that might put Danny Rick in some problems. Oh, Russell's 43 thousandths down on Giovinazzi through the middle sector. This is going to be very close indeed. I bet George doesn't even start his lap time yet for you, Tommy, is it?
It's funny you say that because he is literally about to start his lap.
Yeah, brilliant. And round the final corner, George comes. Can he at least step into Q2? The timer's going off. Here we go, George to the line. Oh, he misses out. Doesn't even get to 16th, does George?
Wow, first time then this year.
Vettel improves to P8. Danny Rick is not on a good lap at all. Does he even improve? He doesn't improve. So Danny Rick stays 13th. That's concerning. What can Raikkonen, Giovinazzi and Tsunoda do? Here's Kimi. Round the final corner, can he improve? Oh, he goes ahead of Danny Rick. Where does Giovinazzi go? Does Giovinazzi go above him? No, he doesn't. He bottles it.
Oh, Giovinazzi is normally 15th. Good in qualifying.
Now it's all on Tsunoda. Latifi as well. Latifi is a good opportunity, maybe, to outqualify Russell for the first time ever. Stroll round the final corner now. He improves to P6. Nice lap. Latifi, can he beat George Russell? No, he can't. He's like a 10th back.
Is he close?
A 10th back from George Russell. And Tsunoda, I don't think, is actually out there improving. So wow. Tsunoda's going to be out in Q1.
Shocker for Tsunoda.
So, Tommy, Yuki Tsunoda, thoughts?
Can you actually tell me who's out? Because
yeah, Tsunoda, Russell, Latifi, Mazepin, and Mick Schumacher didn't go out.
So exactly the same as when I said this would be. I'd be surprised if this wasn't the drop zone, and it's just stayed exactly how it was. Lovely. Yes. Wow.
Lucky escape for Danny Rick there as well. George Russell just said the car wasn't any good. Sorry. Clearly wasn't happy with that lap. But yeah, first time out. I mean, I'm sure he'll take that coming into this season. The first time he's out in Q1. If you said
round 11, you would be the first time you're out in Q1.
Yeah. Can we just say Nico is an amazing commentator? Says 2012 Ford Fusion 4-door sedan. What a YouTube name that is. Yes, I actually really like Nico in the commentary box because he also knows these cars better than pretty much anybody in this commentator role. So I think he's perfect as a second commentator, and I'm really happy to see that he's in the comms box this weekend. I think I prefer him over the likes of DeResta and Davidson personally. Purely because he'll just say it.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't hold back, does he? He's like he's not. Yeah, he is like a YouTuber, I guess. You know, we know what he's been like, and he's just happy to say what he thinks and what he doesn't care to stir the pot, which is what you want to see, really. You don't want this whole like media sort of like training where everything's a bit dull.
Sounds like it's all
passion, and yeah, it's all kicking off.
I was going to say it's all kicking off in the background for you. It's like, jeez. Is it still going ahead? Is it everything?
It's dried out now. We had a massive rainstorm, basically, and
interesting.
Yeah, there's some classic. I would not even know what they are. Sports cars, like the 80s. I've had the classic F1 race.
So for people who've just joined and wondering why is Tommy in a sort of gym changing room or something by the looks of the background, he's actually at the Silverstone Classic. So
yeah, there's not going to be guys walking past in towels.
I'm glad. Definitely get demonetized and thrown off YouTube. So let's get some questions. WTF1, which driver or drivers doesn't live up to the expectations you had? Good question. Let's talk about this year. Who hasn't lived up to expectations? For me, but the thing is, coming into the season, I didn't have big expectations of Tsunoda. I didn't think he blew anyone away in F2. He had a good performance, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't expecting big things. You were, so I guess that's certainly in your bag of bad expectations. I'm maybe a little bit disappointed with Mick Schumacher as well, with how much he's crashed, because he's crashed probably on the same level as his teammate now, I would say. I haven't been doing a counter. Obviously, that car is horrendous and he's a rookie, so you have to give him some kind of leeway. But at the same time, you should then also give that to Tsunoda, if that's the case, and any other rookie that's come into the sport. But yeah, I think that's maybe another one for me.
Yes, the rookies are definitely quite crash happy, aren't they? Um, yeah, I guess
Danny Rick as well.
Danny Rick has got to be up there.
Huge.
It's the biggest disappointment of the year for me by a long way. I really thought he would, take it to Lando. I didn't even think he'd take it to Lando. I thought he would beat Lando.
So did I.
And the fact that he's not been anywhere near him really is a big shock.
It is indeed. Because I would love to see Danny Rick do well. Tommy, have you still not tweeted about us being live? I will be very angry.
I have.
What? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I'm lying. 6 minutes ago. Great tweet, Tommy. Great tweet. 2,000 of you have not just joined, are watching. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming along to the watch-along. For those wondering, of course, we're not showing the footage. If you're new around here,
I forgot we have to say that.
Just have to say the housekeeping rules. Tommy is at Silverstone Classic, so is a little bit behind, so hence why we won't see as many reaction faces. The expression face.
Yeah.
That one. So, bit of a shame. But
do them at the end for the memes so people can just screenshot and put them on Twitter. Okay.
Interesting. So Andreas Seidel is chatting to McLaren. What an addition to the McLaren team Andreas Seidel has been since he's joined.
He's turned them around,
Yeah.
I think. It's unbelievable. I came from, obviously, the Porsche and the WC are amazingly successful. And he just seems like one of those people that just gets it done, right? He just comes in and goes, sort it out, and it gets sorted out. If it was only that simple for everyone else.
I know, right? If only it was that simple.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Like, such a good addition to the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're just waiting for Q2 to start. Should be any second now. Would Gasly be a better fit than Perez? Asks Alfo. Tommy?
Oof. I don't feel like anyone can get anywhere near Max in that Red Bull personally, for whatever reason that is. He might do better, but it is such a risk to put him back in there. You just never know because the thing is with Gasly, he got straight back into that AlphaTauri and was immediately good. He didn't have any kind of stage where he had to bring his confidence back. He just seemed to be like on it straight away, didn't he? As soon as he got dipped.
Well, yeah, because we all were kind of wondering after Red Bull, will he even be able to pick him up?
Yeah,
pick himself up, But I think it's just fundamentally something in that Red Bull. It's just a Max team, isn't it? At the end of the day, like it is a Max team. He's built it since really Danny Rick's left. It's been constantly developing to try and make their wonder kid a world champion. And
yeah,
I'd love to see some in-depth analysis on his driving style and what it is about Max's, the way he drives a car that doesn't allow for a second driver to really utilise it in the same way. I mean, Danny Rick did, but you could argue that back then it wasn't really a Max Verstappen team and he was just kind of coming into it and maybe wasn't able to change the philosophy of the car as much. I don't know. That's the beauty of being a Formula One fan. You just discuss what could be the options, but it seems like it could be the most likely.
Yeah, it is. There are all sorts of rumours, and some people say, "Oh, well, actually, it's nonsense." But there must be something. There's no way 3 drivers now, even as the biggest Max fanboy that I am. And while I obviously think Verstappen is one of the greatest, you just can't. There's no way that 3 perfectly good drivers have been as bad as they are when they're alongside Max in that team. So.
Indeed, the conversation and debate will continue until someone matches Max, which doesn't seem to be any time in the near future.
Which won't be happening.
But there's no denying Sergio Perez's talent either. In that Racing Point, he was unbelievable, constantly performing, and of course, won incredibly at Bahrain. So, yeah, he's got some minerals, as I like to call it, but hasn't found them yet in that Red Bull to the extent that I think a lot of people, including myself, expected coming into this season. Right, Q2 is underway. A lot of people on the medium tyres, as we expected, although Sainz, Leclerc, Alonso, Ocon, Ricciardo and Giovinazzi aren't out the pits yet. But of course, the Mercedes and the Red Bull both on the mediums. Going to be interesting to see what Perez does. He's on the mediums at the moment. I wonder if he's going to have to be forced onto the softs with his pace currently this weekend. I think they're going to try it and then whack on the softs when we see him probably in about 8th or 9th.
I would not be surprised at all. I mean, I don't feel like he's managed to... He normally does that just straight from the off, doesn't he? Because not only he can do these odd tactics, can't he? Where he can, just run on the soft tyre for so much longer.
I think something that's really going to force Perez and potentially, a Mercedes or maybe even Max to go onto the soft as well. I don't know, maybe. Or it might be a stretch of a big scout being pushed out, is that you've got Gasly, Stroll, Norris, Vettel and Raikkonen at the moment all out on soft tyres, which could prove interesting. It depends how much of a pace difference there is between the two tyres, and 61-degree track temperature apparently at the moment. So it is hot out there. Verstappen fastest in the first sector as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because I think a lot of drivers, by the looks of things, are going to try one on the softs now, which is not what they were saying on the run-up to this. They were saying, look, I'd rather start 11th than 9th or whatever, but it's better. I guess it's better to start 7th than 11th, as I think they also said in the build-up. Bottas does a 17.0 on the mediums.
It's actually quite an interesting balance, that, because I guess we saw what happened in Austria.
16.5. Sorry, Tommy. So Hamilton slots in with a 16.7. Bottas half a second back on the mediums. That's going to force some at least another run. Yeah. And Perez slots in P4, so he's gone even slower than Bottas. Don't know what time though. Sorry, Tommy, you were saying.
I was saying you can't have the same luxury as Austria, where a lot of teams really did just sack off qualifying, because Hungary is almost impossible in these cars to overtake. We're not going to see really any overtakes tomorrow unless it's wet, which it won't be because it's Formula One. But despite everyone saying it's going to rain, but yeah, it's so hard to overtake here that it really will be track position is everything.
Absolutely. Gasly is... Wow, okay. Gasly's less than 0.3 down on Lewis through the middle sector. And all he has to do... Well, Vettel goes up to P3 on the soft tyres. Norris is fastest in the middle sector. So Bottas and Perez are going to have to go again.
I've done my shocked face.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing it for a minute.
I really appreciate it. Gasly goes P4, so Bottas and Perez down to 5th and 6th, and I think Norris is going to displace them one place further as well. Norris has had an absolute shocker of a final sector. Goes P7.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he's had an absolute stinker there. He's lost 0.8 of a second to Hamilton in the final sector. Gonna have to go again, I think, there, Lando.
Absolutely.
Got very excited. Saw a purple middle sector for Lando. Anytime we do a qualifying watch-along, we see Lando purple sectors, don't we, Tommy?
We do. We are his good luck charm.
We really are. Fernando Alonso just starting his flying lap, so he's going in the gap. You've got Sainz, Leclerc, Ocon and Ricciardo all on outlaps as well. Interesting to see what the Ferraris do. I'd imagine they'll stick on the softs as well, but we'll see. Haven't seen exactly what they're on yet. Ocon and Alonso both on flying laps. What does Alonso do through the first sector? Is he anywhere near? He's a 10th down on Hamilton. So again, going to be asking the question of Bottas and Perez. Just shows Hamilton and Verstappen, obviously both on mediums, still first and second. The two teammates just lingering behind.
Who'd have thought?
Very true, very true. But Vettel being up in P3, that's a stonking lap from Vettel in that Aston Martin.
You knew this was going to happen the second Bottas went fastest on both Friday sessions.
Alonso fastest in the middle sector.
My
Has
prediction,
he overcooked the tyres?
something special.
Yeah. Ocon's 0.3 back on Hamilton. Has Alonso got enough tyres left in this final sector to really get up the leaderboard here? He just needs a pretty solid one. It looked pretty smooth to me. Let's have a look and see. Goes P3 Fernando Alonso up to P3. Lovely stuff.
I am genuinely buzzing to have. I guess he's not elite level Alonso like he was, but we're definitely seeing glimpses of the old Alonso, and it's great to have him back because.
Oh, Leclerc's faster than Hamilton.
Oh, hello.
Yummy.
It's the Monaco hype after all.
Yeah, Danny Rick coming over the line, goes 9th on soft tyres, but he goes ahead of Norris, which is interesting.
Wow.
Charles Leclerc, what's he got on the soft tyres? Can he go fastest? He does not. He goes P2. Lovely stuff from Charles Leclerc. What about Carlos? Oh, Carlos Sainz is off! Oh, he's hit the wall! Carlos Sainz into the wall at the final corner.
Oh, dear.
Red flag. Red flag. Oh, my days. Oh, he's still moving.
Is he all good?
No. What are you doing, Carlos? Just stop the car. Your front wing's off, mate.
Oh, dear.
Jeez.
I will. You can see my live reaction to it in a minute's time.
Just going to hear from team radio. Yep, I crashed. Sorry, guys, he just said.
Stating the obvious there.
So Carlos in the wall. I guess it's just kind of reiterating the tyres, especially the soft tyres, at the end of a lap on a 60-plus degree track temp. Is a little bit too much for these soft tyres. Round the final corner, just loses the back end. Literally just turned it in very smoothly and wallop straight into the wall. Have you seen it now, Tommy?
Nope. I'm going to react to it now because we are getting Danny Rick. So this is how far I am behind. You'll get to.
You'll get there shortly. I need to stop the counter. Actually, no. Do I? No, I do. Yeah. Stop.
Here comes Leclerc. I reckon he'll go P2. Oh my God, he's gone P2. Oh.
There you go. So there's Tommy's reaction. Love it.
That's a very strange place to lose a car. You don't see many people. Doing that out the final corner. Oh, and now he's run over his own front wing. And
is he still trying to move his
car? Is he trying to get back into the pit so he can?
Well, he was trying to, but then his front wing's gone underneath his tyres, so
yeah.
There's not really any chance. And he's gone past the pit entry anyway.
Yeah, so he's not going to do a whole lap, is he?
No. Oh dear.
As a priceless old McLaren sports car's just binned it in the wall, a la Carlos Sainz here.
Ah. Thank you so much for that live commentary from the Silverstone Classic. That's what everyone's tuned in for. Yeah. Jinx. Right. Yeah. Private padlock. Okay, let's get some questions in whilst we wait. I'm just setting the timer up. Some questions as Carlos Sainz is in the wall. We've got a red flag, so we're going to be waiting for this 6 minutes and 40-second session to carry on. Seeing another replay of Carlos just losing the rears. Tyres were absolutely roasting, I'd imagine. Any questions that I can see? Can't see any questions. Get some in. Tommy, thoughts so far of qualifying as we are pretty much halfway through, just past.
I've loved being a minute behind, but it looks very much like it's going to be a battle between Hamilton and Verstappen for pole. But I guess the big shock is Sainz, and also like McLaren needs to pick up the pace really, because it would be a shock to see Lando out, wouldn't it?
It would.
Having been so amazing all year.
You have to assume he made some big error in that final sector, because as much as his tyres would have been going off a little bit and maybe a couple of tenths lost, losing 8 tenths to Hamilton in that final sector is quite eye-opening, and especially with Danny Rick going slightly faster than him as well. So the long walk for Carlos Sainz to go back to the pits. Oh, there's a medical car saying, "Do you want me to give you a lift?" And he said, "No, I don't want it." He gives us a little thumbs up. Oh no! Now he's decided he wants a lift. Is he going to get a lift?
Absolutely, take a lift. Come on.
Yeah, he was going to walk, and then he
realised the whole.
Then he gets in a nice air-conditioned car. I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest. Surprised he didn't take that up. So Charles Leclerc, soft tyres, P2, 7 tenths ahead of the drop zone.
Maybe the the Leclerc hype is back on.
I will be the first. I will be the conductor of that if that happens. But of course, with the mediums, I'm sure there is quite a bit of pace difference.
Good job I didn't predict Sainz in P4.
Did anyone yet? Tommy, P4 signs? Right, guys, we are halfway through, as I say, qualifying as a whole. 6 minutes 40 to go in Q2. Who do you think, after seeing all of this, whose prediction is coming true the most? Of course, Tommy has lost Carlos Sainz. But still, no, but he still might get 4. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments right now who you think is going to be closest with their prediction. Actually, you can do a poll, can't you? Can you do a poll? Do a poll.
I think you can.
How do you do a poll?
In the chat, you can do
Have
you got it?
I don't know. I think I'm in the wrong. I'm in the YouTube studio. Is it in normal YouTube?
Yeah, it's in YouTube studio next to the emojis.
Next to the. Oh yeah, create a poll.
Create a poll.
Ask a question. Whose prediction is going to be the most accurate? Question mark.
Basically,
Matt,
which handbot there is correct?
Tommy. Katie. Ask your community. Oh, a lot of people spamming Matt after everyone backing. I think it was you on Twitter, Tommy, before the quali session started.
I thought most people were saying you. So.
Oh, really? I didn't ferociously look into it, but interesting. 71% currently think it's going to be me, which is lovely. Now 67%. Everyone's doubting me now. Okay, it's fine. It's going down. But interesting. I just want to see a Hamilton Verstappen front row of the grid. Give us some more juiciness into turn 1, please.
Yes, please.
I mean, I cannot wait if that happens. Session's going to restart in 1 minute.
There's no way. There's no way. Like they're both. There's going
to be squeezing. There's going to be so much squeezing.
A lot of squeezing.
All the squeezing. So 67% have said myself, 20% have said you, Tommy, and 13% has said Katie. So not many people believing on the Bottas poll Perez P4 prediction, which I think is fair, to be honest, because although Bottas looked good, didn't he? FP1, FP2, oh, he's looking dialed in, blah, blah, blah. We get to the business end, and unfortunately, he hasn't been able to convert it just yet. Maybe he just had a poor first run in Q2, but right now, not looking too great is old Valtteri.
No.
You forgot the option none. No one's predictions are going to be right. Fair.
I mean, none of us have ever got all 5, I don't think.
Did Katie once?
Not in quality.
Oh, for the race. Did Katie get all 5 for the race?
I think she did. I think Katie did in a race once. I'm sure she'll be messages on WhatsApp.
Yes, I did.
She's suddenly feeling a lot better.
Yeah, get me on. Right, we are under 1 minute and a half for you, Tommy, as we restart Q2. Leclerc for pole position, says Andrew Solomon. I don't think that's going to happen. As much as I would love that more than life itself, I don't see it happening.
Who pole, sorry? Lando?
Leclerc.
Oh, yeah, that was my podcast prediction that's looking pretty terrible right now.
Tommy has no chance of getting all right now. You are very correct, but that doesn't mean that he still won't be the most correct person of the 3, because ours may not come true. So Katie's just sent the eyes emoji in our chat. She's watching as much as she is unwell. We hope you get better soon, Katie.
Absolutely.
You had the opportunity to replace the founder in the quali watch-along, and you had to go and get a cold, didn't you? Unbelievable. So at 5 minutes 26 remaining, and, well, no one is currently out on track. So we're going to see a lovely burst of people out the pits
It's
with 2
just
minutes
like a free
go.
practice session.
Yeah, so everyone just kind of waiting and seeing, to be honest. Fernando, beautifully up in P4 at the moment. Alex H asks, where will Vettel finish? What, in qualifying or the race? Let's go with qualifying. I think he is going to be P9 come the end of Q3.
End of Q3. Yeah. I'm going to say P8.
Okay, lovely. Even though you said P5 in your prediction, are you going back on that now, huh?
Oh, I thought you said Vettel. Oh, sorry, you were saying Alonso?
No, wait, I did say Vettel. And then I started reading. I was saying Vettel, then I saw Alonso on the screen, and I was like, yes, we're talking about Alonso. Yeah, Vettel. Yeah, P9, sorry, and P8 for you. What about Alonso? You still think P5?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
No way it's not happening.
You watch him end up in the barriers now. 60-degree track temperature still. 29-degree air temperature. Interesting how hot the track temperature is, considering it's not exactly like 40 degrees there, is it? It's the sun is blazing. Oh, there's a young Red Bull fan.
That's not me.
It's not you. It's not you in disguise. Some more medium tyres for Valtteri Bottas, so they are saying you either get through on those, mate, or George Russell is coming into our car next year, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they're all filtering out the pits now with 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Are you sad that we're not going to be doing another quali watch along, Tommy, for at least 3 weeks?
I know. It's a long time, isn't it? What are we going to do with ourselves?
No, it's 4 weeks, actually, isn't it, from now?
Yeah, although the next one is Spa. Yeah, it's Spa next, which...
in 4 weeks' time.
It's a great one to go back to.
Maybe we'll just do a pretend one. We'll just watch like an old race and do a quali watch along. 2 minutes 58 to go. Oh, did you see that release from Giovinazzi into Stroll in free practice?
Did anything happen about that?
I haven't seen anything, but I may not have just seen anything, to be honest. But I know it was under investigation last time I saw.
That was a lot closer than the Hamilton and Verstappen one that they tried to make such a big thing of on the F1 account that just wasn't a thing. I assume you saw that.
Oh, I did, yeah. It's like, the two championship rivals.
That's a bit close. It's like, no, they just both came out the pits at the same time.
Left. Yeah. Whereas Giovinazzi literally smacked his front wing into Lance Stroll's right rear tyre. 2 minutes and 17 to go, and we are almost ready to find out who is going to be dropping out of Q2. Right now it's Norris, Stroll, Raikkonen, Sainz, of course, out, and Giovinazzi. So the two McLarens going to have to get a move on, really, because he will be extremely disappointed, Lando, if he ends up out in Q2.
I'm sure that I do not know off the top of my head, but I imagine that would be the first time he's been out in Q2 if he does.
I think so. They got a €5,000 fine. Thank you so much, chat, for letting us know about that.
Okay. Oh yeah, they do like to penalise the when it's not the driver's fault, don't they? They go for the fines these days.
Yeah.
Which I think
5,000.
Because at the end of the day, it's nothing, is it?
Yeah, that's literally not even pocket change. Here we go then. Esteban Ocon starting his flying lap. 1 minute 18 to go. Will be his final attempt. Currently P9 is Esteban Ocon. Into turn one we go. Does he lock up the front right? No, he does not. Bit of a correction on the exit as we now come downhill. He does. He does need a performance. He's P9. Alonso up in P4, both on the soft tyres, so no real excuses. Esteban needs to get on it because Fernando is just getting stronger and stronger every single race. Ocon's actually up on Hamilton in the first sector.
Wow.
Hamilton. Oh, okay. So hold on 1 second. So Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen, Alonso, Vettel are all out on soft tyres. Bottas improves to P2 on the mediums. That's crucial. Verstappen's okay. We're just gonna have to watch that. I don't think they're gonna have to finish that lap, but Verstappen's out there on soft tyres. So Leclerc's improved to P2. Ocon is still up on Hamilton.
Oh my word.
So Ocon's turning it up nicely.
He heard me.
Gasly's gone fastest. Okay, Verstappen could be in trouble here if people start to improve a lot.
Verstappen
Verstappen does his lap time on soft tyres.
Wow.
He's done a 15.6 and finished the lap time.
So has he gone fastest? Or?
Yeah, he's gone fastest by 7/10.
So what? Mercedes on... That's... Wow.
Why the hell have Verstappen... They must have thought they've just seen improvements everywhere, and they must have just had to go for it. Perez is currently 9th. Ricciardo coming around the final corner is dropped to 11th because Stroll goes up to P8. Alonso's P3. Oh, this is going to be interesting, you know. Ricciardo comes over the line, goes P8. Perez is now in the drop zone. Norris, can he improve? He has to improve. Currently P12. Goes P2, does Lando Norris.
Wow.
Oh, this is going to be really close. Perez now comes over the line P4, so it's Stroll, Vettel, Raikkonen, Sainz, Giovinazzi currently out. Ricciardo's on the bubble, P10. Vettel could drop him out here if he improves. Does Vettel go? He does! Ricciardo's out again! Ricciardo out in Q2.
Oh my goodness me.
Bottas is down to 8th, but can't improve. Raikkonen doesn't improve. Giovinazzi improves to 14th, puts Sainz down to 15th. So the finishing order of Q2, Verstappen, Norris, Gasly, Perez, Alonso, Hamilton, Leclerc, Bottas, Ocon and Vettel. But crucially, Hamilton and Bottas through on the mediums.
That's very close for Bottas then. I assume no one can improve. Oh dear, Daniel Ricciardo, what are you doing? Now this could be...
Danny Rick just says okay, all right, to finding out he's out in Q2.
That is a shocker.
Shocker. I mean, that is game on. I mean,
in the race, this is going to make it fascinating because they're on the mediums.
Yeah.
And probably could quite easily get poles. So we're going to see a split strategy between Verstappen and Hamilton.
Wow. Which we don't ever see.
If they end up, we don't. We rarely ever see. And just saying, if Hamilton gets pole,
Verstappen
is second. Verstappen is not going to want to let Hamilton lead at the end of the first lap.
No,
and that could be extremely spicy.
Max has to lead after turn 1, or the lap 1.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so surprised that he finished his lap time there. Because he would have got through, I think. Maybe. I actually don't know, because I know Bottas did improve.
Oh dear, Daniel Ricciardo. Can't believe this is happening to Danny Rick. He's not improving at all, is he?
So, I'm trying to think why Verstappen and Red Bull would have gone out on softs.
They would have made it still, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly, because everyone was improving. I think Bottas did improve. It would have been close, but I don't know why they didn't stick him out on another set of softs, unless he didn't have another set of mediums. I don't know if he didn't have another set of mediums, but Bottas went out on another fresh set of mediums and stuck it just about through. That is really pound seats for Mercedes now, being on the mediums. It's going to be really interesting, actually, because if Max does lead at a lap 1, after the first few laps, his tyres are going to be probably finished, especially if we have tyre temperatures like we do today. Those softs aren't going to go very far at all.
To be fair, this has just made that start even more... everyone's predicting them pushing each other, and that has just made the start even more crucial.
Yeah.
And even more like we're probably going to get Silverstone Part 2 because they're both going to want to, it's a huge advantage. Anything, Murray Walker once said anything can happen in Formula 1, but if Verstappen doesn't lead in turn 1 on those softs, the race is pretty much over for him. So
yeah.
It really is that much of an issue. So
it's going to be very
or it
interesting.
Might rain.
Maybe that's what they're wondering. Is it still forecast to rain tomorrow?
It's always forecast rain.
Oh, dearie me.
It's such a meme now, isn't it? Just every weekend. I feel like there's some point at every weekend where you can take a screenshot and it says at the Sunday it's raining.
How's Silverstone Classic going, Tommy? Is it all kicking off still?
It's very rainy here. we'd be on for a banger of a race if it was the conditions that we've got right now. Polar opposite to the British Grand Prix. So, it's a throwback to when it could rain during Formula One races.
Oh, they're just talking about... Yeah, so Perez on the softs as well, obviously through in Q2. So the only ones on the mediums are the two Mercedes. So... Yeah, Rosberg's thinking it's a big surprise as well that they didn't go for the mediums. Or maybe they just didn't. Maybe Red Bull just thought they couldn't actually get the time with the mediums. I don't know. Very interesting indeed.
Yeah. Bottas, no, he was pretty safe in the end, but bit of a risk. I bet he would have been sweating a little bit down in 8th.
Yeah, certainly. Some questions before we start Q3. Welcome to everybody joining. I know there is usually an influx of people that come in for the top 10 shootout. So welcome along. Quali watch along time. Myself and Tommy, as always. Although sometimes Katie, Katie was going to join, but unfortunately she's unwell today. Get better soon, Katie. Tommy is at Silverstone Classic. He's not in a gym locker room for those joining, because I know there are a few more people joining now. So welcome along.
Backdrop, isn't it?
Someone said there isn't forecast to rain tomorrow now, so shock. There are umbrellas up, but that's because of the sun. And that was exactly the same for us at Silverstone. Having I had an umbrella up because I was getting roasted. Awesome to see fans at the track once again. And there's Lewis Hamilton getting ready. Who's going to get pole, Tommy?
Lewis Hamilton.
By how much?
0.2.
To Verstappen?
Yeah. I've changed my mind.
Okay, so Hamilton, Verstappen, then Bottas.
Hamver Bot.
And then who's your P4, P5?
P4 is Leclerc, P5 is Lando now.
I love the battle those two will have probably for the rest of the season, Leclerc versus Norris. They're both very much at the pinnacle of their careers, I'd say, in terms of performances and whatnot. Of course, Leclerc had a better car under him a few years ago, but in terms of those two probably getting the most out of their car, it seems like they are at the moment, you'd say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Two amazing standout drivers, and just hopefully with this new car, you want them in that fight with Lewis and Max, because that'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
It would. It certainly would. Yeah, I don't think Verstappen would have got through on those mediums, looking at those times, because Bottas only just got through by less than a 10th. And I think Verstappen was behind Bottas.
It was a risk. I mean, I guess...
Could have gone out and improved, though. Could have gone out and improved on the mediums.
True, but I guess when you're leading the World Championship, it's a risk to end up P11 in Hungary, and then... then your whole pressure and Mercedes, and oh my god, it'd be a nightmare.
Here we go then.
If that did happen, and say Mercedes, I think if Mercedes win this race, I know it's such a cliche, but going into the summer break, it will really feel like they're right back in it, and the pressure's on Red Bull.
And do you remember people asking questions about is it done? Has Mercedes packed up and gone home?
And I was like,
of course.
Yes. What a weird choice to write off Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. Have you watched the last 10 years of Formula 1?
Of course, you could argue that a wild swing was because of a crash, and we won't get into the opinions on that one. But
regardless of
performance-wise, they're still there, aren't they?
Well, even with the crash, it's very Hamilton and Mercedes that his car managed to not be damaged at all, apart from the red flag, and be able to change. They do have these, there are slices of luck that can change the title as well. So yeah, it's definitely gonna go all the way, I think.
Not the last time they're gonna wheel bang. I can promise you that. Tomorrow, if we do get a front row lockout with Hamilton and Verstappen, Sounds like Silverstone Classic is popping off. In
We're going mad for it.
Yeah. Just throw something at the television and turn it off. That'd be great. But Q3 is underway, and we are getting ready for these flying laps. So we've got Verstappen, then we've got Bottas coming out the pits, then Hamilton, then Perez. That's going to be the order that we see the top 4 going for the lap times. There are a few other drivers ahead of them. Ocon, Alonso, Norris, potentially Gasly as well, I think, was there. So yeah, very interesting. I wonder who is going to come out on top. Who's getting pole? I'm going to do another poll. Here we go. One moment.
Poll.
A poll. Who is... Oh, wait, let me do another... Here we go. Who is getting pole? Hamilton. Verstappen. Bottas. I'll put Perez in just so that people don't hate me. There you go. There's another poll for everyone to get involved with. Let us know your thoughts. As everyone doing the slowest outlap in the history of outlaps to try and not burn out the tyres.
These outlaps are just so silly. We've got Monza coming up as well soon, which is just going to be an absolute joke again. Every year, it just gets very farcical with these slow outlaps and everyone wanting a tow and all this.
Oh, this is going to be good. Are we going to get another stonking session, Tommy? Are we going to have a Lando purple sector? I mean, that would... I think we've already had a Lando purple sector, but I mean, maybe if Lando. To be fair, Lando is one of the first cars out there, so he will probably set a purple. But it'll be a bit too early for us to get excited. The fastest sectors are owned by Verstappen, but that's because he was the only one on the soft tyres, setting a 15.6. So keep an eye on that as a benchmark. Anything quicker than that, and we are flying. Here we go then. Max round the final corner, going to start his lap time. There's flares off in the grandstand. Probably. I mean, I'd be absolutely raging if I was someone sat behind someone who's just set off a flare and you can't see anything. That would be that would be so annoying.
I just don't see the appeal of flares.
Bit of oversteer on the exit for Verstappen there out of turn 1. Sorry, Tommy.
Oh no.
Let's see what he manages in the first sector. A few seconds to go till we find that out. There's a lot of dust.
Looking at the
everywhere.
poll, 52% think Verstappen.
Interesting. 27.4 for Verstappen in the first sector. What does Hamilton manage? We'll find out very shortly. Someone else has gone fastest in the first sector that isn't Max Verstappen, fastest of all. Who has gone fastest? We don't know.
Lando.
But Hamilton's gone. Hamilton's a 10th quicker in the first sector. That's crucial because Max is usually quicker in the first sector. Ocon's gone quicker than Gasly and Norris. Hello, Esteban Ocon. Not showing us the times, though. I hate this graphic where it doesn't tell you the times. It just tells you the position.
So silly.
Alonso slots in P3, so slower than Ocon. Verstappen is not fastest in the first or second sector. Round the final corner, Max comes. Hamilton fastest in both sectors. Verstappen over the line. Leclerc goes fastest. Verstappen sets a 15.9. So not even quicker than he managed in Q2. That's a poor lap from Verstappen. Leclerc's 6/10 back. Bottas goes quickest by a quarter of a second. Faster than Max Verstappen by a quarter of a second. Hamilton now round the final corner. Quicker by 3/10. A 15.4 for Hamilton. 15.7 for Bottas. And a 15.9 for Verstappen. Perez slots in P4, crucially. A second back from Hamilton, though.
Very important for them. They need Perez in that P4 slot, don't they? At least.
That was a stonking lap from Hamilton. Half a second clear of Max Verstappen.
I can't see anyone but Lewis getting pole here. He's been just... The Mercedes is looking... Very surprisingly, I think a lot of people would have thought this was Red Bull's track every day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Hungary. Normally, even when they were...
I'm just going to hear from Max's team radio, 1 second. Massive lack of grip on this set, Max just said.
He's really struggling, isn't he? You've had this all weekend, really, with Verstappen.
Well, he did a 15.6 in Q2, so the pace is there somewhere. He's just going to have to do it on his final attempt. So crucially as well, Lando Norris down in P9 after his first run. May have been on a scrubbed set, to be fair.
Yeah.
Vettel hasn't gone out. So he's got one set of tyres to have a good go with. But yeah, half a second clear, Lewis Hamilton. That is surprising, but I think that's more just because of Max's scruffy lap. But Bottas being P2 is going to ruin Max's race.
It's looking very 2020, that order of Hamilton, miles clear of Bottas, and then a massive gap between Verstappen hanging on and then everyone else a second off.
So he lost 3.5 tenths in that middle sector, did Max. He needs to be quicker in that first sector, which is what he's been pretty much all weekend long. Yeah, Norris did a 16.8. I can't imagine he's 1.4 seconds back. Maybe a lot of these drivers actually went out on a scrubbed set, I'd imagine. 16.6 for Leclerc, 16.6 for Ocon, 16.6 for Gasly. That's pretty close between 5th and 9th. A couple of tenths. Vettel starting his flying lap so we don't have a massive gap of wondering what's going on. Welcome to everyone joining along. What's Leclerc saying? Leclerc's complaining about the wind a little bit. It's only 1 kilometre an hour according to that graphic, which is wouldn't imagine
either wrong or Leclerc's or the Ferrari is very sensitive.
Yeah, even more so than the Williams perhaps. So Vettel coming through. Can he get in the mix? Because right now it is very close between everyone. He's 4 tenths back on Hamilton, but not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, because all he needs to be is 1.2 seconds back if he wants to get P5. Oh, very close to the grass there, Sebastian Vettel. Let's have a look and see. Can he get anywhere near? Maybe under a second, and we're talking potential here. Oh, he's a second down on Hamilton. He's going to need a good last sector, really, if he wants to be going anywhere above where he is now in P10, to be honest. Seeing what people are saying in the chat. When was Hamilton's last DNF? Austria 2018, people are saying.
Well, no, because
Vettel goes 8th.
Sorry, it was, yeah.
Yeah, Vettel goes 8th.
I said 8th.
Nice. Yeah, you did. 100th of a second ahead of Alonso. So he's slotted into this very, very packed group of cars. If Perez doesn't improve on his second flying lap, he might well lose out to Leclerc.
From Leclerc,
yeah, potentially. Here we go then. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Can Verstappen pull it out of the bag? That's the question. He's going to be one of the final cars out of this train.
It's going to have to be the lap of his life if he is, because
he's at the back of the train, which is not ideal.
Unbelievable.
If someone has a little off, Verstappen won't be able to improve. What the hell is going on here? Look how slowly Hamilton is going in the pits. There's games in the pit lane here.
He's going to do a Alonso.
They're going really slowly in the pits.
They're going to stop Max from doing a time, imagine.
What is Hamilton doing? Hamilton's literally slowing down so much out of the pit exit here.
He's not trying to.
I mean, we've seen this before in Hungary, haven't we? Of delaying people.
He's gone. Oh, I fancy doing
that. Was a little bit of gamesmanship there from Lewis.
Get Max all sweaty, worrying.
He's trying to affect his outlap basically, because we obviously how slow the outlaps are. He's basically just trying to ruffle Max's feathers a little bit, which I'm sure Max is probably swearing down the radio. I don't know, but
I'm just watching it now.
Yeah, have a little look and let us know what you think.
That is gamesmanship, 100%. The fact that it is Lewis in front of Max as well.
Yeah. Look how slowly Lewis is going as well. Oh God! This is so. Oh, he's going really slowly through the middle sector as well. Oh, this is. Very interesting indeed. He's got more than enough time to start his flying lap, but Lewis just trying to get in the head of Max Verstappen, which we haven't seen much of, to be honest. But I feel like that clash has maybe set off a few fireworks between the two. Oh, game on. Right, everyone's now waiting around these last couple of corners. How long is Hamilton going to wait here? Just get on with it, please. I don't want the controversy. 20 seconds to go. Hamilton's still waiting.
Imagine if Hamilton did actually...
Oh, he's locked up. Hamilton locked up in the final corner. I think Perez might miss this, 7 seconds to go. Perez isn't going to be able to improve here.
You're joking.
No, Verstappen's got over, but Perez has missed it. Perez has missed the...
Oh, so that's Hamilton that slowed
Perez has missed it. Oh, that's going
to...
Red Bull are going to blow up. Red Bull are going to blow up on that.
That's gonna explode again. Oh my word. So Perez has missed it, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my word.
Right, Hamilton's not improved in the first sector. Neither has Verstappen. No one's improving out there. So Perez is P4. Gasly's finished P5 at the moment. Leclerc can't get ahead, goes P6. Alonso slots into P8. Now we've got the rest of them as they've all been kind of waiting. Norris goes to P6, but Gasly up in P5. Hamilton's 1.2 seconds down in his own time. Verstappen's 4/10 down. Verstappen needs the fastest last sector of anybody if he wants to get ahead of Bottas here. Oh my God! They're going to be absolutely raging. This is going to end so bad. So Hamilton's not going to improve. Can Verstappen? That's the question. Can Verstappen get ahead of Bottas? He can't. He improves his lap time, but starts P3.
And Perez missed the line.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Right.
How this could be controversial.
Oh my God. Some people are saying just pass him then. Just gonna be
you can pass in the pit. Yeah, this is Twitter's going to be a lovely place.
I can already see with my replies that some people are going to be on one side and some people are going to be on the other. Hamilton versus Verstappen. Fans clash again.
Yeah.
So the order is Hamilton on pole position ahead of Bottas, Verstappen, Perez, Gasly P5, then Norris, Leclerc, Ocon ahead of Alonso, and Sebastian Vettel P10.
So I got the Hambot there.
You did? Congrats. I got Perez. No, I didn't. Perez was P4. So Katie got Perez P4.
Yeah.
But you were the... Yeah,
She banked on Bottas not being Bottas.
I'm surprised they're not screaming down the...
Yeah, I thought I'd see more annoyance from...
I can't believe that.
I can't believe this.
But yeah, Mercedes can happily say, just pass him then. Oh.
Yeah, it's true. You got any spicy team radio yet?
Oh, hold on, got Perez team radio.
Was that Hamilton's 100th pole?
Bit of gamesmanship they just said over the team radio to Perez. Is it his 100th pole? Is it 99th?
99th? I don't know.
I'm sure we'll find out. Well. I think it was fine on track. I think slowing down in the pits was a little bit dodgy. But can you overtake in the pits?
Because he was going...
look, here we go. What's Verstappen going to do? I don't think there's going to be any handshakes whatsoever. No, he literally just walks around the back of the car and off he goes. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, 100.
People calling for a penalty. I don't know if it's quite penalty worthy. Team ready from Hamilton.
I guess you could.
Fantastic job, he says. I think today shows that Hamilton will do anything to win now. Doing that sort of stuff. I don't think he would have done that had Silverstone not happened. Verstappen has just absolutely walked off.
So, Yeah, that's controversial.
What do you think, Tommy? What do you make of it all?
I don't feel like it's amazingly controversial. I just think it is It is just showing that Hamilton is willing to, do everything he can now. It's going to obviously enrage a lot of people, but
there's nothing stopping
Max could
Max
just
go
drive
past.
around him. Yeah.
He was always going to do that, I think. Oh, fist pump. There was a fist bump between Max and Lewis there.
All right.
Oh, I really wanted them to not.
I think everyone's trying to blow it up into a thing, but I do feel like Max is just really trying to be chill about it. And
yeah. I mean, it wasn't like he pushed him off the track or something. It was interesting how Hamilton had a terrible second lap as well. He was 1.2 seconds down on his through the middle sector. Do you reckon? And this is just a conspiracy theory here, Tommy.
Go on.
He knows he's not on for pole after his first sector, and he just has a little bit of a cruise round. I say cruise, 2 seconds down, whatever. Just affects the dirty air. Get just a little bit more dirty air for Max behind. I don't know how close he actually was, so this is literally me just speculating. Oh, let's hear from Max. Here we go. Right, 1 second, Tommy. We've got the interviews. He's not talking anything about the pit lane stuff at the moment. Max is going to have the launch of his life from P3.
Well, yeah. I mean, P3, soft tyres.
We're talking about it now, actually. There's gonna, the soft tyre was a lot quicker than the mediums in the first in qualifying, so it would make you think that.
I genuinely don't know. I feel like Verstappen should have just driven around it.
Right, we're gonna do one more poll. One more poll, because I want to get everybody's thoughts. When it lets me do a poll, that'd be nice. Here we go. Was Lewis Hamilton's actions acceptable? Yes. No. Ask your community. Let's find out. What do people think? I think it was I think it's just cheeky, to be honest. Nothing stopping.
Max just driving round, then doing the same to Hamilton.
Yep. Let's see what people think in this final poll of the day. No is currently winning. Oh, yes is winning by 51%. You can't write this. You can't write this.
This whole season is just, it's so divisive, isn't it? This is the first, I guess, proper title fight we've seen in social media and all this that we've been doing. So,
people are booing Lewis.
Are they? I guess there's a lot of Dutch fans there in Hungary, aren't there?
Oh, Johnny being like, enough of that. Like, come on, Johnny, you don't need to say anything about it. You're not. It's like a dad. All right, enough of that.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, people think it's a new thing, but it's not.
Interesting. Okay, so 51% say after how many votes? 1,500 votes. 51% was yes. Ford. No, it's now 50-50. 50-50. You literally can't. Oh my god! You need to take a screenshot of this. Okay, Tommy. Final thoughts from that qualifying session, please.
Twitter's going to be horrendous, and Max is going to need a miracle to finish anywhere higher than third.
Nice. I think the booing's childish, personally. The people in the grandstands. No, it's not a pantomime. Yeah. But some people like that sort of stuff. I don't personally like it. What do you think, Tommy?
I don't agree with it because it's not something I would do, but I definitely think like it has always been that way. They've made such a thing of, like the British crowd cheering when Verstappen crashed, and vice versa. If Hamilton goes off, it's going to be exactly the same thing if Hamilton went off in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Once the fans knew he was okay and stuff, they're fine. It's just, I personally don't like to see it, but I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes out sometimes on Twitter. It's sport and it's passionate.
Yeah, I guess it's different for me because my opinion is like they're literally risking their lives. It's not like football and whatever, where it's very much heated fans or whatever. I feel it's different when it's Formula One and it's motorsport and it's really dangerous. But hey ho, that's another debate for another time. Tommy, thank you so much for all your help. Thank you to everybody watching along. More controversy from qualifying, a slight bit of controversy. I don't think it's anything we'll be talking about into the weeks like we did for Silverstone, but should make the race interesting. Max needs to lead out of turn 1, which we will see if that happens. I think there's going to be certainly a dive bomb on Bottas at the very least. So let's see. Cool. Thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you to everybody.
See you. Go watch a mini race now.
See you in 4 weeks for the next quali watch along. Enjoy the mini race, Tommy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Our Internet's Best Reactions coming back and podcast and everything, as usual, from tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.